And that's part of the reason why I was put in Mississippi. And that's changed. And it's interesting to witness and see the changes. And I'm so grateful for that. Where I was in Mississippi is not nearly as segregated as, or as, they don't have the problems that some of the rest of the country has. Even that's coming down everywhere. You know, there's people are waking up and they're realizing that we're all one, just having different experiences. Then we begin to see and love each other in a much different way. And we recognize the other person is having experiences just like us, and their lives are just as tough or tougher than ours has been. And then you become grateful for life that you've had. With that gratitude, she had a different way of looking at things and perceiving things, and different ability to love yourself. And when you can love yourself, then the way that you love everything else changes. And it takes that self-love. And I don't mean that in a vain way, and I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I don't mean that about Bill Ballard. I mean more about Mana Ra. It's my name of my angelic self, Mana Ra. We have to change the way that we love, the way that we perceive things, in order to change the planet. We have to see ourselves as one. We have to do that before we can even join the unity grid and the singular consciousness. It's part of the process. But there's so much light incoming right now. We're building up to Wesak, just like there always is every year at this time. It would be my hope that everybody can drop the identification with the various prophets, the one that they think was right, their savior, and realize they aren't your savior. What they were trying to teach you, if you understand that, that will save you if you live by it. But if you don't pay attention to that, if you just bow down to the personality you think was the right one, rather than hearing the words of wisdom that they were trying to teach, then you miss the point. And the words of the wisdom starts out with loving the self, becoming the best that you can be, and learning to love all else. Back to what's going on with the males and females on the planet right now. There's a different way of loving that's happening, that's for certain. I'll tell you, in my my allowing the divine feminine to make the balance in my own life, and I was, I guess, what a lot of people might term as a man's man. I don't know about that anymore. Yeah, I'm still just as tough as I ever was. It's just I have an emotionally softer side to me. I allow that to guide my life, and it really eases a lot of the pains and the stresses, and helps me better understand how things work. Took that just to bring me to heart center. Took that before I could even activate the heart chakra. I activated several years back. But even after the activation, the feminine becomes more and more as I get more and more into balance. It doesn't change, the way that I look at things. I definitely still like my women. I'm a flirt, always will be. Love to joke and kid and tease, but when it comes to relationships and sexual partners, I want that heart-to-heart connection that women used to look for. It's kind of funny because I see a lot of the women I just want the sex. And I find myself avoiding those situations now that I used to run too. Because when you have sexual relationships with people, you pick up on their energies, and their energies stick around you. And it is also a courting when you have that relationship and you court from heart to heart. And that courting allows the feeding of the energies, their vibration, into you. And if their vibration is not as high as yours is, that's not saying that there's a better, worse, or higher or lower, other than various frequencies of vibration that are at different levels. And that is a truth. If it's a lesser level, it can be a problem. And you can be raising the other person's level, but you're also lowered in a way in your vibration that you want to keep up there. And it's not saying that I don't like to have fun. I do. But I'm a lot more choosy than I ever was before. I want that love from the heart. But even there, that love from the heart, rather than the courting that we always used to do. And courting, when I say courting, it's your attachment. And it comes from the heart to the other individual. Or it could be to your addictions. I mean, if you smoke cigarettes, you're courted to those cigarettes. If you drink alcohol, you're courted to the alcohol. Drugs, you're courted to that. You could have ego courting. You could be stuck in your ego all the time and be courted to that. And it constantly is keeping you attached to the ego, rather than being able to cut that cording and change the situation. And the way that I perceive it, that cording could come from heart to wherever your ties are. I think gives you the lessons that you need to learn. And we need to love and learn to love in a different way. Before, we were like the oneness here. Each one of us is a different fragment here, having our individual experience. And these are the individual souls having their experience. But this is God, Source, who we all are as we're tied together, in unity grid, if you want to call it that. And used to, in our soul experiences, in our karmic ways of living, we would cord across to each other. And that cording, as it goes out your light body, your pranic body, your energy field, just like having two glasses. If you had this glass and another glass sitting next to it, and you wanted to tie a tube between it, but you didn't have it sealed off, then all your life force, your ki, your prana, it would leak out all the way down to that tube, that cording that's going out. That's what the cordings are like. So what we need to do now is our what I need to do. It's my process. This is my video about what I'm going through. We need to learn to love from above. Cut that cord that used to go from, between us. Cut the cords, cut the cords, cut the cords, seal the plugs. That's done by intention. That way you can hold more and more light in your pranic field, in your light body, in your chi body, energy body, whatever you want to call it. You can hold more light in that field and then learn to send out that love up to source and then back down to the other. And that way you're not bleeding out. When we were bleeding out, it was like getting shot in the heart. And then, somebody cuts the cord with you, they don't want to be with you anymore, and then you bleed out. Your love bleeds out, your emotions. And, we need to change that. You got to identify it first before you can change that. Then we fix it, we do it in a different way. That's what we're doing on so many different levels right here, right now. And when you can fill your field, all those places that were leaking, you plugged and patched all the leaks. You're bringing in more prana, more ki, more life force, more you. Because that's what you are. You are all that energy. You can bring more you into this body, into your field, for manifestation, for the bliss, for whatever you want to call it. Then you become much greater, much bigger, much more whole. And that's what we're trying to do. We're all becoming whole again. We're all becoming whole again. And that is what my future relationships, might be here and there, because I like to hug and love and kiss and cuddle and all those things. But I look to be with other people who are also whole and complete, who have married their heaven and earth together, living from their heart, seeing everything as a whole picture, and being the best they possibly can be. And cleaning up all those little old bad habits we have, our addictions, our ways of being, our attitudes, emotions, the distresses we've had from the karmic games we've played. And two people who have done their work can come together. Then you can have the real relationships. Then you can have the true twin flame relationships that everybody is constantly looking for. I'm still going to do a video in the future about the twin flames, and the descent from source is the way I understand it. It's not going to happen here. But anyway, happy Wesak, everybody. Cut this one short today. Go play. I love you guys. Bye for now.